Smithtown before the break, and then coming into the new year, an upset special falling to the Middle Country Cougars and a shocking result, 4-3 on a game winner by Jeremy Pochi. On the other hand, Sachem, their look similar story as Ward Melville. They have a lot of explosive weaponry that can really score goals. Their key going into this matchup tonight is just to do that. Just get more goals as they find themselves in a sitting in a tight spot. Currently tied alongside West Islip, both with identical 7-7 records. Now I'm going to stop talking while these two teams strategize, and we're going to drop the puck right here on LI Sports Network. Eighth place spot implications on the line today. We begin first off with Sachem versus the Ward Melville Patriots, and we are underway. Bracchia controlling it as he fires this one ahead to McGuire, who then tries to flip it across to Borzak, and this results in a turnover, and bringing it up immediately is Clifford. Clifford almost gets it on goal right there to the stick of hard-charging Mangano. Mangano had a big 2-goal game against Smithtown prior to the new year. This is Bracchia trying to wheel and deal, and he gets it taken away once again by the Patriots. It's Mangano, Long Island Royals product, dancing his way in, and Lynch almost finishes strong on the doorstep, but he fanned on that attempt. Ryan Lynch, All-Star Game participant, as he was voted and took a part in the skills competition alongside his teammates Anthony Campagna and Dylan Callahan. Here's Campagna right on cue, almost knifing his way through and getting that one to go, but to no avail. There's our good buddy out there donning the Sachem gold, Wally Mitchell, as Bizarro takes a hit against the wall by Lofredo. Matthew Heineson, PAL product, captain of Sachem, wheels this one on goal. He scores! And that's how this Sunday matchup begins. Matthew Heineson getting Sachem on the board early in the first period. A big one for the team in black and gold is now Ward Melville finds themselves in a disadvantage here. But be on a lookout for that man, number 24, Stephen Mentz, junior Islander product, ready to strike at a moment's notice when he has the puck on his stick. Vanilla again with Borzak and McGuire. McGuire in a race against Folkman for the loose puck. Those two tangle up against the wall, and oh my goodness, look out there behind the goal. Robert Rose had his hands full as he almost got crumbled from the net falling on top of him. Thankfully, everyone escapes disaster. Crisis averted as the officials put the pegs back on the net posts, and Borzak trying to get through to the net, but to no avail as this one is wrapped around all the way to the other end, and we'll have an icing. Dylan Nick Quinn, in this case, providing us with some extra close-ups. One of his fellow neighbors on the ice right there that you saw was Michael Giacomino, wearing number 40 for the Patriots. As now McGuire tries to touch this one up for Sachem. He does. Makes this one on to, I think, a Weaver. Weaver tried the centering attempt, but it wouldn't go, and inadvertently knocks Sachem into their own territory. Rakia couldn't get on that one, as Bogish sends it deep again. Borza with Rakia. Rakia fires one, and a good save made by Robert Rose as he slid across and waffleboarded that one to the other direction. Back in the other end, taking this one for an adventure was Komazinski. Pardon me, that was Scolero. And play is stopped. We get a brief disruption in the play in between whistles. Let's meet our starting netminders for tonight's contest. In goal for Sachem, number 39, Nathan Landry, and opposite of him, starting for the Patriots, 41, Robert Rose. As Sachem begins this first power play opportunity for them tonight. Matthew Heinesen controlling the puck on his stick. Heinesen sets this one back to the top to Hughes. Hughes back to Heinesen. Heinesen dishes it down low. This couldn't be dished in front as Bizarro had his hands full thanks to Mallow providing some of that heavy pressure. Captain Heinesen back to Hughes. Hughes tries to peel away. He does. Get it to Heinesen. There's a nice give-and-go play that almost got executed perfectly, but instead it results in Wally Mitchell having to race back and get it for Sachem, and they'll regroup. This one touched ahead by McGuire, but out of the reach of his own doing. Now a chance breaking out here for Campagna and Mentz. Short-handed opportunity for the Patriots. Steven Mentz scores! And this game is tied up at 1. Only the third shorthanded goal registered by a Ward Melville Patriot this season. And that puts the team tied alongside Middle Country, Suffolk Ice Wolves, and KPC. For a spot in the shorthanded goal standings as Robert Rose fends off that opportunity against Sachem. Half a minute left on the Sachem power play as Ryan Breslin slams away trying to get the loose puck. Taking cover and adjusting his equipment was McGuire. Wanted none of Ryan Breslin. Breslin clears this one out. Friedman will chase it down. And on his track is Maloney. Mentz. Back to Campagna. Campagna having some trouble controlling it as Mentz comes in for support. 9:40 to go. Mangano backpedaling, assessing the situation. Able to get through Bizarro. Here's Mangano. Pressured against the wall by Heinesen, and in comes Bizarro to try to poke it free. A jousting match ensues between the combatants as Andrew Bogish gets in there. Sachem back in the zone. Bizarro loses the handle of it. And he gets taken down hard to the ice by Manfredo, and this is going to result in a penalty against Ward Melville. so Sachem will have another crack on the man advantage after failing to convert on the first power play opportunity. He'll look to make it 1 for 2. Sachem well known when it comes to striking on the man advantage. Tied alongside Eastport, South Manor, and West Islip for second most power play goals. The number 12, who holds the lone number 13 power play goals by any team in the varsity division? St. Anthony's. As this is Weaver throwing that one across. McGuire tries to get on top of it. McGuire trying to fend off some of the pressures. Brackett fires that one wide of the cage. Borzak controlling it. Spins this back to the top as Hughes will hold it. Send it back down low to Bracchia. Borzak in this case. There's Bracchia. Weaver lost his footing trying to corral that pass opportunity. This is McGuire fighting for dear life behind the goal. Another try on goal at the net. Becomes dislodged. Under a minute left on the Manfredo penalty against Bizarro. Hughes over to Bracchia through traffic. That one got whistled wide. Hughes slams it down low again. Brian Breslin steamrolls his man. And play continues. But now it's going to be stopped courtesy of Brian Breslin getting too aggressive as Stephen Metz will touch it up. And just in the matter of moments, Ward Melville goes from a 5-on-4 deficit to a 5-on-3 two-man disadvantage. Just as it seems like Sachem couldn't figure it out, they get gifted with another opportunity. Third power play of the night for Sachem. They still haven't finished their second one. 25 seconds left on the first one. As we await for that fourth man to get back on the ice for Ward Melville. This one sent in front. Stephen Mentz having to tug it out of harm's way, but it's kept alive in the clearing attempt by Sachem. Chance in front. Manella shut down by Rose, and he covers it up. A big stop by Robert Rose. 1:24 left on the Sachem power play. The Brian Breslin penalty, Sachem power play in this case. First one expired just as Rose made that big stop. Allo steers this one down the other end. Nathan Landry plays this one out of his goal, and this is Bracchia now. James Bracchia turning up the Jets, and the net comes off its horns, but play continues. Weaver sends that one wide. Mangano tries to slam it out of harm's way, but Sachem keeps it in the zone. 50 seconds left on the power play for Sachem. 0 for 2 tonight, as they've yet to capitalize on the man advantage. Matthew Heinesen. Scored the first one this evening, where Stephen Mentz tied it up on the penalty kill. Allo has trouble handling that one, and he's pushed back and in his own zone as he tries to wheel this one out of harm's way. Borzuk there to keep it alive. Borzuk pinned up against the wall. Everyone converging along the half wall as it's popped down low once more. Zara can't get a hold of that one. He gets reacquainted with Manfredo. As now Borzuk handles it. Couldn't push it further. Mets there to make the cover. As this one is thrown deeper in the zone than almost disastrously played by Sachem, but Nathan Landry is able to make the stop. Back to the point where Campagna holds it before throwing it down low his intended target. And a giveaway. Back in the possession of Ward Melville after Sachem relinquishes it once again. And it's Steven Mentz going in on cruise control, but he gets put to a stop right there from Sachem's hard pressing defense. Mentz still on the attack. Now a bunch of gold jerseys swarming number 24, trying to get the loose puck from him. So this one is wrapped around again. Hughes, Bizarra sent in there. Mentz trying to set something up. He protects against the corner. Loses it. And back in the possession of Sachem's Manoa. Manoa throws this one in deep, and the race is on. Bizarra comes in, crashing into Breslin. This one is fired over the nets by Hughes. Slammed down low. Continues to be bashed around in the zone. Big man Ryan Breslin has it now. Lofts this one out of harm's way. Up ahead, Friedman. Lost sight of it for a moment, but he's going to stash it further. Or Melville will bring out new reinforcements to close in on the final 3 minutes of play in the first. Borzuk launches this one into the mesh. We'll have another draw momentarily.
Yeah, that's good.
Chance that squirted wide from the stick of Borzuk. And Manfredo tries to dump this out carefully. He does, courtesy of getting a friendly bounce off the glass. Wally Mitchell banks this one ahead, but it's taken back again by Mallow before Mitchell can come up with it once more for Sachem. He got it over to McGuire, but McGuire turns it over again to Ward Melville. And it becomes a pinball match between these two teams as both teams get a chance after chance coming up with the possession. Anthony Manfredo carrying it in once more. Manfredo threw a screen, and that one was stopped by Landry. Scolwero will chase it down before Borzuk can get to it. But Aaron Borzuk is not letting off the body right there. Those two get tangled up in the corner. Borzuk stashes in front. Another try. Stopped by Rose. Rebound. Another chance negated again by Robert Rose. And he gets a standing ovation for his efforts inside the goal as this one is dumped out of harm's way. Another line change ensues for the Patriots. That's all thanks to Robert Rose keeping that one from going past the line. Closing in on the 2-minute warning for the first period. Magano tries to lean in and poke that one further, but he couldn't as everyone continues to bash along the half wall and play is stopped. We got a replay on that Robert Rose save? We'll look at it in a few moments once we get another whistle. Campagna back to get it. PAL product. Controlling it for the Patriots. Hughes. Trying to navigate out of harm's way as he stashed it across to Bracchia. Bracchia. Couldn't pop that one forward. Lynch has it for the Patriots. Throws this one wide of the cage. Landry did not move one bit. Clearing attempt, misfires, and this results in Heinesen colliding with his travel teammate Campagna at the far end boards. Another chance, wide, or it may have got a piece of Rose on the stick of Mazzaro. Here's Heinesen. Heinesen couldn't get that one to go. Another drive to the point. This one may have gotten a piece of Rose. Ryan Breslin, another big body check laid against his opponent. Back in the zone, Mangano almost got it perfectly onto the stick of Clifford. Under 15 seconds to go. Mangano slamming on the brakes as he tries to wheel his way around the defense in front of him. Sent in deep by Lynch, but too aggressive as Mangano couldn't handle that feed. Weaver. His momentum deteriorated by Alfredo. Alfredo and the Patriots aiming to get one last chance before the buzzer sounds. And it's Steven Metz who will try to explode in the zone. Tripped up as this one will end without a last second shot. We go to the second, tied up at 1, right here on LI Sports Network. As we drop the puck for these next 15 minutes of play, let's take a look at the first period summary, courtesy of our handy-dandy player stats in front of us. Matthew Heinesen collecting his 4th goal of the year, accumulating his points total to now 13, which puts him tied to one side. Michael McCausey and Aaron Borzuk for the 3rd most on Sachem. Then you have Steven Mentz coming in a hurry, tying this game up on the disadvantage for Ward Melville, grabbing his team-leading 10th goal of the season, adding his points total to 17, as this is Manfredo failing to pull the trigger right there. Ward Melville in the zone to kick off the second, as this was floated on goal, but Landry made the stop. Mentz observing the situation. Mentz now gets challenged right there by Mitchell. Mentz still controlling it. Throws it in deep, but no one home to bash it in the goal. Mentz continuing to get battled hard by Mitchell. Metz throws it on goal, but that one nullified again. Look at the effort by Metz. Pirouettes and all, sets it in front. Nathan Landry slides across to make the big stop. And the Patriots relinquish it after that as Manfredo jumps Maloney to the ice. Maloney gets up and tries to exact his own revenge. Friedman pokes this one forward. Friedman in pursuit to the goal. Almost a magical finish right there by number 19, but he was stopped by Landry. Friedman still in the zone. Now gets challenged by Heinesen. Steven Metz absorbs the big body from Hughes. Hughes wanted a call, but he won't get it. Metz continues to be pressured by the Sachem offense. Pena looking to settle things down, but he gets trucked into the glass right there by Bizarro. Maloney dishes this one. Tried to dish it onto the stick of Bizarro. Bizarro, look out there. Campagna and Bizarro both stay on their feet. As Sachem's number 19 went for the big explosion in front of the bench. Scalero in the zone, and he's stopped by Landry. And we'll take a look at the replay, what we saw from Nathan Landry in this case. It all started with Steven Metz relentlessly attacking the goal, trying to get one to go for the Patriots. Just an absolute superb job by the Sachem netminder to keep that one out. And a chance here for Sachem the other way. But McGuire can dance around big boy Breslin. Bogish peels away from the defense for a moment. This results in a chance the other way. Aaron Borsuk whistles it wide on the breakaway. He had Rose beat, but he misfired. How is Aaron Borzak going to bounce back from that? Well, luckily for him, he's got enough time on his side to get himself some redemption. Alfredo sends that one wide of the cage. Back-to-back miss attempts for both teams. And now it's Clifford trying to break that streak and get one to go for Ward Melville, but play is stopped, and it will be for a penalty. Hooking is the call, and it will be against Brachia of Sachem, putting Ward Melville back on the power play. And it's their second opportunity on the man advantage for today. Brachia will sit for 2 minutes as he picks up his 23rd penalty. Or now his penalty minutes total accumulates to 24, which is third most for Sachem this season. Above him, you have Nicholas Ciani with 28 penalty minutes, and lead the team, James Weaver. But he's got stats to make you ignore those ugly penalty minutes that he leads in. 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. For Melville. Tries to capitalize here. This one is fired over the net. And it results in an inadvertent clear, and Sachem Trying to rush in and get it, but here comes Anthony Campagna. Turbo mode in the zone. He's stopped. Mentz grabs it, sends it across. Clifford couldn't handle that either. Under a minute left to go. Sachem failing to clear right there. Friedman sends this one over to Magano. Magano blinds, fires. This one goes wide of the cage. And it pushes Ward Melville out of the zone. And the race is on between the two number 19s. The Patriots win that race. Back in they come. Friedman dances around Heinesen. Friedman gets a shot on net, and that one was stopped again by Landry. Noah trying to poke it out of the zone and go on a break, but it won't happen as it's played down low on the stick of Clifford. Clifford carries it onto the stick of now Magano. Turns it over to Campagna. Campagna through traffic. Clifford positioned in front, missed the deflection attempt, and this results in Sachem controlling it. And Sachem will kill off the remaining seconds to this power play for Ward Melville. We skate by the side once again. Mitchell throws this one around the boards. Borzek will try to get on top of that. Now it's Mentz controlling it. Steven Mentz. Galloping. Back in the zone. Mentz delayed and failed to pull the trigger right there. He tried to fire in front. Manfredo. Score! James Clifford breaks the tie. 2-1. Goal of the season, puts him tied alongside Steven Mentz. And that's where we stand right now. This game no longer tied up. 2-1 the score in the points race. In this case, the Patriot points race continues on between James Clifford and Steven Mentz. Identically matched with 17 points total through 10 games played this season. This being their 11th. Brachia got steamrolled to the ice, and this will result in a stoppage of play. Roughing the call. And it's Nicholas Manfredo being handed the penalty. His second trip to the box today. Similar to the first penalty he had, he got too aggressive. And this cost Ward Melville, in this case, with Sachem going back onto the power play. Brachia through traffic, stopped by Rose. Equipment violation for Ryan Breslin. Causes a impromptu line change as Brendan Mallow comes in for number 18 of Ward Melville. Taking this one back in the zone is Brachia. Bracchia all the way, almost to the goal, but Campagna was right there to stop him at the last moment. Sachem keeping it in the zone as they continue on with the power play, and this one was almost put home by Weaver on a good setup chance. Bracchia fires that one wide of the cage. Kept alive again by Sachem. Now up. Still fighting away at it. Now Campagna tries to whip this one out of the zone. Lynch clears it out carefully. Freeman there creates some separation. Freeman loses it to Borzak. And here comes Sachem back in Ward Melville's territory. Borzak floats it in front and Weaver couldn't jam it home. A good sauce attempt, but a not so gritty finish by Weaver as he failed to capitalize right there. Half a minute left on the Sachem power play. Or Melville looking to exit out of the zone. This is Mallow trying to do that. And here they come, the Patriots. 2-on-1 chance. That's if Maloney can get back and hurry. Campagna created some space. He got the shot off. Here's a big man, Breslin with a drive. Skip the front, score! A deflection in front by the Patriots, and it's 3-1. And we'll take a look at the replay system to see who got the piece of that one. And it looks to be there is no deflection by a Patriot in this case, but there was a change in direction in front. And through our replay system, it showed that it came off one of the Sachem players' bodies. And Ryan Breslin gets credited with the goal, extending Ward Melville's lead to 3-1. Although right now it shows that Elon Kramer has the goal. And we'll wait further confirmation whether or not it was Kramer or if it was Breslin. Sachem scores! Michael Manella cuts the lead in half. It's a 3-2 game. Jake Mangano rumbles through his opponents with a big-time hit as the physicality continues to ramp up on every area of this playing surface. Breslin fires this one out of the zone. Landry will play it on the stick. Mitchell hit hard by Mangano. And thank goodness Wally Mitchell is okay. One of our fellow brethren here at LI Sports Network on the receiving end of that hit. Jake Mangano, rightfully so, in the box. 2 minutes for that physical play. And if there's one thing about Wally Mitchell, this kid's tough. He's got grit, he's got tenacity, most of all, he persevered right there. Mangano inflicting punishment on Mitchell, but Mitchell says, try to knock me down. And results in Sachem going back to the power play after the hit by Mangano. Two minutes for checking from behind, as Brachia takes this one behind the goal. Dwyer tried to dish it back to the point to Weaver. Results in an inadvertent clear for Sachem. Here comes Borzak. Back to Weaver. In front, going to be touched home by Siani. Continue to play along in the zone. Another clear for Sachem. Pardon me, Ward Melville. Here comes Brachia. Brachia. Couldn't get through there. Sachem pushed back once more. Half a minute left to go on the man advantage for Sachem. Clifford peels away from the pressure, sends it back. Mallow and the Patriots can't regroup there. Here comes Hughes. Hughes looking to shake off Campagna, but Campagna stays with it. Now Mallow has it on his stick. Mallow sends this one ahead. This one will be touched up for icing. On the draw. And now Lynch has it. Lynch whops this one carefully out of the zone. Maloney on the receiving end. Banks this one. Tried to bank it onto the stick of Bizzarro. Now Heinesen gets it back. Couldn't get it to Bizzarro, but found Manella. Manella has to get past Big Boy Breslin. Heinesen, a turnaround try as he was falling down, and it missed wide. And this results in another clear by Ward Melville. Jake Mangano is going to be sitting in the penalty box for a long time. As a result of that 2-minute checking from behind on Floyd Mitchell. He also received an additional misconduct. So 10 minutes for number 26. 12 minutes combined total for that physical play against Sachem's number 36. 38 in this case. Another chance on goal, wouldn't go. And Jacobino has it. Jacobino floats this one further. Mitchell on the hunt. Jacobino lays off the body right there. Sweet. That's the final minute of play for the second. Steven Metz. That chance wouldn't go. Jacobino on the rebound missed. Manila the other way. Manila. Sachem can't forge ahead right there. Half a minute to go. Jacobino. Friedman. Pushed off right there by Heinesen. In comes Weaver. Weaver. Tried the toe drag maneuver, but it wouldn't go. Clearing attempt canceled out by Sachem. They keep it alive inside Ward Melville zone. Will Sachem get one last chance before the buzzer sounds? Ciani looking to set something up. It won't happen. We go to the third with Sachem trailing by 1. Ward Melville up 3-2. What will these next 15 minutes of play have in store for us? Let's find out. Friedman and the Patriots in the zone to kick it off. Pena gets on it, and this one deflects into the mesh and out of play. Campagna, the PAL product, coming into this contest with 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. Just ahead of him, that team points race. Second and third place is Jake Mangano with 13. At the moment, Mangano may have himself some difficulty accumulating his points total to even more as he sits for 9 more minutes, courtesy of the hit on Wally Mitchell back in the second. It goes bad for worse for Ward Melville as Ryan Breslin goes to the box, and Ward Melville heads back to the penalty kill. Sachem returns to the power play early here in the third period. Weaver, Ciani, Hughes, Borzuk, controlling every aspect of the zone, and a tip in front is stopped by Robert Rose. He read it perfectly as it came off the stick of Borzuk, who is positioned right in front, trying to create some havoc. Weaver, and now Weaver. A little maneuver right there as he's shifted by Giacomino. Ciani. Weaver. Through traffic. And another stop by Rose. And more applause. Tied up on the draw right there against Solero. Sachem pushed back. Brachia, the team in gold, reset. Ciani on top of it. Ciani trying to cruise in there, but that chance wouldn't go, and this results for Melville pushing back in the zone. Mallow trying to erupt on the special teams, but it won't happen that time. It's Maloney now with it for Sachem. Carried in again by Ciani. Dwyer pushing to the goal, and Jacobino's stick cuts that opportunity off as Bracchia was awaiting the feed. Half a minute to go on this Sachem power play. Angled ahead and received well by Ciani. Ciani winds with a drive-in. This one gets a whole lot of Anthony Campagna, who is slow to get up. A heroic display of defense right there by Campagna as he made the big shot block. And the power play expires right as Campagna made that big play. James Clifford wheeling and dealing in front. Oh, Nathan Blanchard kept it out. Sensational play by number 39. Another chance in front. Nathan Blanchard again makes another spectacular save. Going from his left to right, he robs the man at the post, and then for good measure, as the scramble ensued, Landry recovered mightily and made a second stop that was even better. And the battle continues down low behind the goal. As Heinesen tried to get a hold of it. This is Clifford with a chance that's stopped again by Landry. Brandon Mallow, Alfredo pushes it further in the zone, and it'll be touched up for icing. Melville looking to clear it out, but it's kept alive right there by Hughes. Mentz gets a hold of it. And now here comes the Patriots. Back in the zone. Another chance. Not there as Steven Mentz got dropped behind the goal, and this will result in a penalty against Sachem. It's been a long time coming for Ward Melville, who has consistently found themselves on the bad end when it comes to the physical play, finding themselves in the box, taking penalties. But this is a breath of fresh air as Sachem heads to the penalty kill for what seems like it's been forever since they found themselves on the disadvantage. You got Hughes and Jake Mangano having a little chat in the penalty box. Thank goodness the glass separates them so that there's no shenanigans off the ice. This power play begins. Ward Melville controlling it. Lynch, Campagna. Healthy as he can only be after blocking that heavy shot moments before. As this one is cleared back in the zone, Rose plays it off the boards and to Clifford. This one is angled across but misses the stick of Mentz. Ice and waved off as Sachem gets back to it. Can't clear it out that time as Clifford tries to pop it forward. Now it's Freeman and play is stopped. Hand pass, and the result is a face-off draw outside of the blue line.
such as SCHSHL.
Mentz, Friedman, Lynch, Clifford, all on the ice for this power play. Ward Melville pulling all the stops to remain in front. Here's Sachem looking to counteract and get one going here on the special teams. 50 seconds to go. They've done an admirable job so far at killing off this recent penalty. Pena tries to catch that one in his glove hand. It results in another clear for Sachem. Half a minute to go. 9.5 left in regulation. Weaver gets on top of that one. 20 seconds left on the penalty against Hughes. And we'll have another draw as the play is blown dead. Also this one back in the zone. Mitchell will grab it and try to float it out of harm's way. Bogish throws the body against his opponent. Play continues as the head official deemed there was no malintent on that physical altercation right there. Allo tied up right there as he tried to pull the trigger. Sachem throwing all their bodies at Ward Melville to prevent more danger to Landry. Solero, now Bogish, big save, Landry rebound, and the goal is waved off. Nathan Landry standing on top of his head once again. And hadn't his pad been there, the net may not have came off, and it would have resulted in this game being 4-2. But that is not the case. Everyone up in arms here, including fellow Ward Melville grad Nick Quinn, who happens to be our cameraman for this game today. Racchia trying to knife away from the pressure. Almost stashed it in front of Manoa. Heinesen cancels that out. Manila, Rose tries to poke check, and it may have worked right there. But it looks like Manila just lost the handle of that. Either way, Robert Rose making an impact at preventing that from going past him. Manila got this feed from Mitchell. Manila, Heinesen fires and scores! The captain answers back, and we are tied again. Heinesen White delivers 3-3. Here comes Mentz trying to counteract. After this game just got even more interesting courtesy of the equalizer by number 51. His 14th point of the season, which puts him tied alongside Michael Lacossi for the third most by a Sachem player this year. Ahead of him, James Weaver with 16. Standing alone, number 44, J.R. Buckwitz. 12 goals, 7 assists. Sachem without Munkwitz today has proved they are the real deal, can be true playoff contenders. As this one is swallowed up in the glove of Landry off the shot from the point by Lynch. Under 7 minutes to go, and we want to remind you that once this game is over, stay tuned for our second matchup of tonight's Suffolk County High School Hockey League doubleheader right here on LI Sports Network. It's a rematch of October's meeting between Middle Country and West Islip. As the 8th place marathon continues, and this chance negated by a stick in front, or a back check and play by Clifford. There's Mallow, now Heineson. Heineson in for the hat trick, and misfire. This results in Mangano in the zone. Jake Mangano to the goal, and he hit the side of the net. It almost got everyone to erupt from the stands. As this play continues inside the Sachem zone, it's blocked in front. Manella. Now Lynch tries to get on it, does. Can't save made by Landry. Ward Melville keeping it in the zone. Under 6 minutes left to play in regulation. Tied up at 3. Sachem entered this contest the record of 7-7. Ward Melville with a mission to get back on the right track as they come in with a record of 6-9, dropping their past 2 games. Smithtown losing to them 5-2, and in an ultimate shocker a few nights ago, Middle Country the final moments of regulation, courtesy of a big-time game winner by Jeremy Poggi of the Cougars, who we just saw walking below us, as both teams have made their entrance here in this facility, gearing up for the second matchup of today's broadcast. Russell tries to advance this one forward, but he couldn't, as this is handled by Bracchia. John Bracchia takes this one into the zone and almost pinballs back in the wrong direction. Or Melville's safe right there, but almost another chance. And again, Robert Rose keeping it out of the net. On the draw. Presses Mallow against the boards. Weaver tries to come in a hurry and get a piece of that one. Instead, here comes Mallow back ahead. Brendan Mallow. Zarro puts a hit on him as Mentz now controls it. He's pressed up against the boards by Hughes. Zarro tries to lay this one out of the zone, but it's taken back by Friedman. Friedman shakes off a shot, score! And the tie is broken. Fifth goal of the season for number 19, Adam Friedman. A perfect number of 10 points for him as Robert Rose shuts down McGuire as Sachem tries to answer back. And a costly turnover here. Borzak in the zone, fires that one wide of the post. Siani tries to get on top of it. Here comes Borzak. Now Mitchell. Under 4 minutes. Now closing in on 3 minutes left to play in regulation. Sachem trying to create some madness here in the late stages of this contest. Rose. Now Mangano. Campagna on the ice. Borzak. Couldn't do anything there. Now it's Bogush. Campagna. Campagna with Clifford. Clifford missed the dish from Campagna. And Sachem attempting to go the other way. Offsides called. 2.5 remains in regulation. Wrestling steers this one deep in the zone. Bracchia now has it. John Bracchia leaning in, cruising in the zone. Stopped again by Rose. Lord Melville able to wheel it out of harm's way, but not fully out of the zone. Now they do get on top of it and push it further back in Sachem's territory before Bracchia puts a stop to that. Friedman, the latest gold recipient of this contest, is dumped hard to the ice by Bizarro. Now it's Weaver and Sachem looking to capitalize on the offensive front. Here's Mentz, player down in the Sachem zone. That was Bracchia getting up slowly. Here's Maloney. Maloney trying to poke it. And now conference ensues right in front of the bench as this is James Clifford breaking through the pressure to the goal, and he is driven to the ice as he came in crashing against Landry. Clifford scores! This one will count. Or no, similar to the last goal that was washed away, this one may face the same fate. Now we have ourselves a lengthy discussion among the three officials. Now further confirmation from the officials to the Ward Melville bench. The goal is eliminated, but there will be a penalty against Sachem here prior to all the madness that ensued afterwards. And a well-timed stoppage courtesy of a timeout from the Sachem head coach. this one is all said and done, everyone will be talking about the goalies. They have done everything that there is possible to keep almost every shot out of the net, except 7 of them. Final minute of play commences. Sachem looking to provide one last course of action and send this game to an overtime, while Ward Melville was to reclaim the momentum they once had to kick off the season. Mangano across to Manfredo. Patriots settling down the craziness here in the third. The goal by Freeman may have been the last thing that was needed to seal the victory. And now everyone continues to bash away in the corner. Before anything explodes, Sachem's going to try to rush out of the zone here. Here's Borzak. Borzak able to get past Lynch. Borzak can't get the shot off. And Ward Melville gets the win. 4-3 over Sachem and a heartbeat. A heart-beating finish in this case. And the updated record looks like this. The Patriots getting that elusive 7th victory after losing the last 2 contests. 7-9 is where they're at now. While Sachem finds themselves under 500 with a record of 7-8. That does it here for game 1. We're back here for game 2 in a moment's notice. See you soon.